Hey everyone, my name is Troy from Tech Games, etc. And you can go ahead and read the text on the screen and skip to the part where I give my final review of why I think this game is the ultimate sniping experience. But as always with my videos, I'm going to first give you an overview first, my pros and my cons of this game, then give you my final grade. Now, your overview of this game is you're an American sniper who is sent behind enemy lines in Berlin to stop the Russians from producing this V2 rocket program that is going to be actually shipped, a rocket that's going to be made to try to destroy London. And so pretty much you get 4 difficulties in this game. You get 4 difficulties. You get Cadet, which is easy, Marksman, which is medium, Sniper Elite, which is hard, and Custom, where you can adjust the difficulty of enemy skills, ballistic realism, and tactical assistance. Also with these difficulties, especially Sniper's Elite, bullet drop and bullet drift will be a factor in your sniping, which is really fun if you know how to snipe. Even if you don't know how to snipe, it's still fun. Now, there are secrets hidden throughout the levels as you play through this game. There's one where you find gold, and there's other ones that test your marksmanship with these bottles of wine, basically. Like, I was on this one stage, and the bottle of wine was on this clock tower, and you had to shoot it to get it, basically, to unlock, not a secret, but they're like hitting throughout the level, you know, to make you play longer. Now, bullet drift and bullet drop affects your bullet drop and drift and heart rate affects your shooting. Like, if you run on this game, it affects your heart rate. So if you stop, lay prone, you can't focus enough. You have to get your heart rate under like 70 beats per minute, and you'll calm down. You can throw rocks to distract the enemy, which is really funny. Also, you have like other tactical advantages like trip mines, land mines. You got those grenades, and you got those long grenades. You know those Russian movies, the long grenades. They pull the pin at the bottom. I forgot the name. And there are co-op modes. There's no multiplayer, but there are co-op modes. Campaign, which is, you know, you can go through the game with a buddy or whatever, or just someone else. Kill Talley, which is a survival mode. Bomb and Run, which is a mode where you have to, there's parts scattered all over the map that you had to get for your vehicle before the bombs drop, basically. And Overwatch is a game where you will actually, one person be the sniper and one is the operative, and the sniper is on the building and the operative is on the ground. You have to guide the operative to different objectives while you're sniping, trying to assist him with sniping other enemies, and he'll also spot enemies for you to snipe. And the operative has a machine gun but no sniper rifle, so you have to act as a sniper while the other one acts as the marksman, the marker guy, and the operative, which is pretty cool. Now, the pros of this game that I really love, like, these are my top 5 out of 14. You can actually read the rest in the description below, because there was a lot of stuff that really stood out to me about this game. First of all, let's talk about the collision detection. This is the best, when I tell you the best collision detection system for enemies I have ever played. It is awesome. Like, you can actually shoot a person, right? And as they're bent over, you can shoot them again anywhere, and their body will contort to that bullet. So if someone's bending over and you shoot them a hit, they will like jump back. They will, like, whole body will be like affected by that bullet shot. And the blood splatter on this game is so realistic. Like, I've never seen blood splatter before, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's really good. Like, the 3D models that they have in this game, I don't know if y'all know about anything about 505 Games, the publishers behind the game, but they also published the game Backbreaker, which is like physics-wise is one of the best football games I've ever seen and experienced, because I play it still to this day. And it feels as though they had that same technology, but I can't confirm it. But when the people get hit in this game, like the enemies get hit in this game, they actually look like it hurts. Like, it really does. Now, in co-op, mode, especially Kill Talley, which is the survival mode, you can actually bleed out. This is number 2. You can actually bleed out, and the enemies can still shoot you to shoot you completely down. Like, you can bleed out and you be still shooting on the ground, but enemies can still shoot you so you can stop shooting, and which is really fun. Also, one thing I like about in co-op Kill Talley, whatever, your enemies are marked with a red arrow. Especially if you're looking for them, you'll hear this boom, like boom sound, like this this sound, and you'll see all these red arrows of where your enemy is at, so you can help speed up the round. I like that. Co-op is fun, even though that there's this is number 3. Co-op is so fun. Like, even though there is no team deathmatch, etc., you're not gonna really miss it, especially if you love sniping. If you love if you love sniping on BF3, COD, whatever, and you love sniping, play survival mode. That thing is hard. When you put that shit on Sniper's Elite, your bullet drop is affected, your bullet drift is affected, your heart rate affects your shooting. It is so awesome. Like, you won't have to worry about people telling you that you're camping or anything, because that's your whole mission, is to camp. And plus, when you put that thing on hard, you and your co-op buddy is going to be, your back is against the wall basically. Now, another thing I love about this game, number 4, is when a game follows your bullet as it travels. I actually shot a soldier through his helmet, and it sparked as the bullet went through. You can actually shoot even grenades off of that are equipped on enemies. Like, say if an enemy has a grenade equipped on their buckle or whatever, you can actually shoot that and it will blow up. And when I saw that, I was like, you know what, I'm done with this game. Oh my gosh, this game is like taking it to another level. Like, now, number 5, the environment noises can affect whether the enemy can hear you or your gunshots, which is pretty cool. Like, for example, like there are some boards where bombs are dropping in the background, and this icon of this sound wave will appear, and when that appears, you can actually run and no one will hear you. You can actually shoot someone and no one will hear you as well, but they just can't see you. Also, there were missions where there was a you know how, like, on those camps, those military camps, if someone's talking on like those bullhorn things, those loudspeakers, like someone was speaking Russian, I think it was Russian or German, I don't know, I think it was probably Russian, and while they're talking over those bullhorns, those loudspeakers, whatever, you see that icon, and I shot a person in the tower and no one heard it. And so, I mean, that's just the incredible thing that this game does right. And also, let's get to the cons. Now, these are my top 5 out of 8. These will actually be in the actual description below. Now, number 1, checkpoints are not saved when you exit the game. Like, say if you're on a board, right, and you get to a checkpoint, you know how some games will save the checkpoint even though you exit out? Now, when I exited out, these boards are long. I don't know how many boards there are, period. I think they're like either 7 or 8, but don't quote me on it. But these boards are long. You're going to get your money's worth out of the campaigns regardless of how many they are. Trust me. Checkpoints are not saved when you exit the game, but I have to put a note here that I was playing on the hardest difficulty, Sniper Elite, so it may change depending on the difficulty. I don't know. I try to look for it in the manual, but I don't know. But just keep in mind of that. Also, number 2, when an enemy sniper spots you, it doesn't alert the other soldiers. Now, as far as that just happened on the first board, like someone shot me, and it was like no one heard that shot, and everybody was walking around like it was nothing. So I was like, oh, okay. Alright, so number 3, the throwing icon, when you're throwing, you know how those games have it where, like SOCOM, US Confrontations, or any game, or like I think Uncharted had it, when you're throwing a grenade and that icon shows of you throwing that arc shows. Sometimes in this game that arc disappears. It's yellow, and sometimes it disappears. It's not 100% appearing at all the time. Like if you turn it a little bit, you can see it more than other times. But that was pretty much it. Number 4, enemy snipers have eagle eyes. Sometimes they notice me even though they're not looking down their sight. I'm like, how do you notice me? I'm not even in the open. If no one else is noticing me. But this happens sometimes. This doesn't happen all the time. But I noticed that. Now also number 5, lastly, enemies weapons disappearing off of them when you shoot them. Sometimes, especially like on the second board, when you're trying to infiltrate the facility and you shoot a guy that was in the tower, his rifle will actually was smoking a cigarette, but any weapon that they have equipped disappears on some textures, some grounds. Sometimes this happens, not all the time, no. Now, okay, after all this, what I said, what do I give Snipers Elite V2? My final grade is a B+. Now, this game is... Now, if you really like sniping games, this game is a great sniping game with minor flaws. I also recommend that you play with the enemy subtitles on, especially if they're speaking Russian, German, whatever. You'll know what they're saying, even though, because there's like different levels of alertness. Now, there's a level of they don't hear you, they don't see you, so they're normal. There's another level of, okay, we hear somebody, we see a dead body, but we can't find them. Then there's another alert of, okay, we see you, and we are going to find you, and we're going to kill you. Put your subtitles on to help you figure out those levels of alertness. I love the way that they show. The bullets penetrating enemies' bodies. You know, the X-ray vision of hitting organs, objects. You know, you can shoot. You can actually take your gun, even your normal gun, and shoot an enemy, and you can see the bullets ricochet off their helmet, ricochet off their guns, and it doesn't really get old. And I actually gave this game a final grade of B-, but it came into a B+ because of that co-op. Like I said, the co-op is pretty much, you know, co-op. There's no multiplayer, but if you love sniping, this will meet your needs, definitely. Now, there are missions where sneaking is key, and I like the difficulty of this game. And if you don't sneak, sometimes, I remember this one boy, they would put me on my ass, because it gets hard. So if you can sneak, this is sneak. But this is just a must-have game for anyone who loves sniping or wants to give a new title a try. This game is definitely it. So there you go. There you have it. There go my review of Snipers Elite V2. And if you like what you saw today, please like the video. It really helps out a lot. If you have any questions, comments, any concerns, you can contact me at techgamesetc@gmail.com. And there go my and also at the PlayStation Network at Asian_boy_100. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.